So I came up with that about a month ago, and I don't know, so I put the ad on Craigslist. I just wanted to be something like really special, really epic. So I just wanted to go like above and beyond the Call of Duty, come back to the place where we first met, and I'm hoping that it's a big surprise for her. I mean, you guys have been in contact with her and stuff, and either she's going to be really surprised, either she's, you know, she doesn't know anything, either I've fooled her entirely, or she's fooled me entirely. Change it to 571. That's her car right there. Don't
Let's go.
let her see me.
Hi, my name's Wendy, and I'm taking part in the documentary Finding Love in the City. I'm here doing this documentary because I found love in a pretty crazy way. I was out doing a scavenger hunt with a friend of mine, John and Bob, and we had run all over DC all day. It was 100 degrees that day. We were all sweaty and gross, and everybody from the scavenger hunt ended up back at Union Station, which is right next to us right here, and we were all just talking about how we figured out the clues and, you know, how did you get here and how did you get there. My team came in next to last, and of course I was the one in the beginning of the chase.
My team that I was on, we finished second place. I think hers finished like 6th or something like that. All the teams were in the food court, just kind of having a celebratory drink and talking about different clues and challenges that had been on the race throughout the day. And so we're kind of sitting there and everything's starting to wrap up. And this was, I don't know if I said, it was 7707. It's today's October 4th, 2009. So it's a little over 2 years later. And at the end of the race, like I said, we're all sitting around, and I'm sitting there and I'm staring at the side of her head, and I'm thinking in my mind, turn to me and say, hey, you want to make out? And I'm thinking this over and over and over and over. And she turns to me and she says, hey, you want to make out? And I grabbed her by the hand and I said, let's go. And I pulled her around a corner there, and we made out, and the rest has been history.
I was working in Baltimore. I worked in a group of 4 women, and you know how women can kind of be kind of catty. Well, me and this one girl butt heads all the time. And always at work I'd be like, want to fight? And she'd be, want to fight? And one day I said, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Want to make out? So I always said, hey, want to make out? To random people when there was like a lull in conversation. It was either want to fight or want to make out. And here in Union Station that day, I got to a lull in the conversation with Jason, and I said, hey, want to make out? And he said yes. I had asked this question to hundreds of people before. No one had ever said yes, ever. And I never thought anyone would say yes. And this guy said yes. So he gets up, takes me by the hand, takes me a couple feet away, and kisses me. And I was like, wow, is this guy really kissing me? Because I thought he was joking. So I was kind of being silly about it and, you know, kind of being like, you know, goofy. And he's like, what are you doing? He puts me down, he puts his hands around my waist, and he pulls me in and he kisses me, and I melted. So we walk back around the corner, and my friend John sitting there with his jaw on the ground. You did not just kiss that strange guy. It's like, yeah, I did. But it gets a little crazier than that.
She thinks she's coming here today to be part of a documentary about love in Washington, D.C. and how people met.
But actually, she's getting the surprise of her life.
You don't think I look nervous?
No.
No. I am a little nervous. Okay. So maybe I'm nervous because here it is, the ring. So honestly, I'm a little nervous carrying it around. I hope she's less nervous wearing it than I am carrying it. Can you zoom in pretty tight on her? This is me excited. This is you excited? This is it.
Jason is different from any guy I ever dated because he's as crazy as I am, and that's been pretty hard to find. Gosh, we met when we were 32, so it took me 32 years to find Mr. Right, but I finally did it. There was a lot of crazy stuff that we found in the beginning of our relationship that we had in common. Silly stuff that probably other people would laugh at us for saying we had that in common, but we both have a sister that's 11 years older than we are. Our mother was 30 when she had us. My mom was going to name me Jason if I was a boy. We both drove a yellow VW Bug in high school. The first time he walked into my kitchen, he says, I have the exact same refrigerator and the exact same red colander. So just silly things that don't mean anything to anybody else, but we were just kept finding all these things that were like, wow, 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 wow. We felt like we'd known each other for years because of all these silly little things that we had in common.
Is there something about Jason you want to know that you don't know yet?
Is there something about Jason that I want to know that I don't know yet? No. I'm happy knowing everything. I want to know when he's going to freaking propose to me.
How do you feel now?
Little nervous about the plan itself right now. More so, before I was nervous about the proposal. Now it's nervous about the overall plan. I mean, there's so many variables in play. There's so many opportunities for things to go wrong. You know, she could turn and look over here and see us or whatever. I wore a different shirt out of the house today, so.
How did you come up with the idea to do this?
Well, I've noticed that whenever you go on any dating site, because I did my homework, you have a lot of people always looking for love or romance or just to play around. And I kind of wanted to give women or anyone who's looking for love sort of that hope that there's someone out there, whether you find them today, tomorrow, or next week.
How many people are you filming for your documentary?
Well, we filmed about 9, and you're the 10th person.
Lucky 10?
Yeah.
I knew that he could put up with me and all my craziness and all my obnoxiousness. And that's kind of when I knew I loved him too, because I finally found someone that I was so compatible with that we were just totally meant for each other.
Yeah, he signaled us already.
When we came from the Raven Chase, we came through the metro to the food court here in Union Station.
Any last words?
No. Hope I don't get caught at this point. I think so far so good. They're gonna hang out over in this area. And they're gonna bring her around the backside of this escalator here. In the meantime, I'm gonna hide over here. When you can be out here. Once you see her coming around this way, you can get me and signal me to come around here. Okay, I'm gonna hide now. You can check back in with me.
So we're in the food court at Union Station, and we were all sitting in these tables, a big group of us, and I was sitting here, Jason was to my left, and we were just chit-chatting and got to a long conversation. I said, "You want to go make out?" And he said, "Yeah," and we walked this way. Let me show you. And we went right over here, just to the other side of the escalator. And I was facing this way, and that's where my heart melted, and I fell in love forever and ever and ever. The end.
Look behind you, Wendy.
Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you're shaking as much as I am. Good. Holy mackerel. Where's Nina? She's not here. Oh. Yes. You stinker. I totally believed it too. You had me going. What did I tell you? I am a true believer in love. You were wearing the same shirt that you were wearing that day that I met you.
Yep. Did I have you fooled?
You had me
The
fooled.
whole way. You never
Because
suspected
you were
anything?
so... I'm shaking. You were so, like, I don't want to go with you to DC. You go... do I have... I'll go if I have to.
She didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it. And she's like, should I? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. And this morning in the kitchen when you were like, oh, I did this documentary for Hershey Park and for some hotel when I was little. Just do it. It's, you know, you're just so nonchalant about the whole thing.
Can we see the ring?
Yes.
To have forever and ever about love. Who's this guy? Hi.
You saw me a couple of times.
Hi. I didn't notice.
Good.
Where have you been?
Oh, here and there. A little everywhere.
You got me. I'm so shaky. So there you have it, folks. True love. You're stuck with me forever.
I know.
Want to get married?
Yeah, she said that to me.
Do you want to make out? Do you want to make out forever?